Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Coming to the market, of course, it was an expiry, and definitely it was meant to be volatile, and that's exactly what the market did. Just as expected, the market did fall, and then the important part was it continued to fall. So, day first yesterday it was a rise, and then yesterday a fall. That can be attributed more to the expiry, but then one important thing that I need to say, as shown in the title, has the Adani problem finally resolved? So let me tell you something interesting for now first. Yesterday, you know what happened? The market fell in India. That's clear. Institutionals net bought. That means the FIIs, foreign institutionals, yesterday bought for 12,000 crores, and Indian institutionals, that is domestic institutionals, bought for almost 3,000 crores. That means a net buying of 15,000 crores in Indian stock market, and Indian market only fell yesterday. How surprising. This looks surprising. Let me tell you the secret behind it. So now, yesterday what happened was, yesterday, the Indian stock market, there was a 15,000 crore block deal. Yes. So this was a 15,000 crore block deal between a company called GQG Consultants from the US, backed by Goldman Sachs, and they have purchased block deals of shares from Adani Group. Yes, and that includes Adani Ports, Adani Enterprises. So what has happened is, over in this yesterday's one day, this deal has happened, but then this is not from the market purchase, but this was done from the promoter, from Adani himself. So what has happened? So basically, from the company, they've got the shares directly. So probably, already Adani was a company where majority of the holding was with the owner only. So it was almost 75%, I think, if I remember correctly, was owned by the Adani Group themselves. So out of that, if about 15,000 crores goes, about what 15,000, even if it is 15% that goes, it's okay. Because even if more than 51% share is more than enough for owner of the company. But then, of course, what is the thing that will keep you thinking probably is, when the entire world is selling Adani, how did these guys actually come up? That was American company comes up and purchases a 15,000 crores worth of shares from the group. Of course, I'll leave that to you to think more on it. So this is what has happened yesterday. And if you see 15,000 crores was, of course, that went to Adani Group. So still it was net buying of only 12,000. That means they have sold for 3,000 crores in Indian market. So net selling in other stocks were put together was about 3,000 crores. And that 3,000 crores is what the domestic institutionals bought in India. And that's exactly why the market was net to net. Finally, the retailers would have sold some, and that led the market downwards. But then, does this mean the Adani saga is over? Does this mean the Adani entire fiasco is over? Well, I would say for now, yes, it's a temporary relief. See, one important thing, if a company had taken a loan from somewhere else, already they have so much loans. So if they had taken some loan, then again, repaying that loan is a difficult task. So one good thing that they offloaded their own shares, liquidated their own shares, means that fund has come which they don't have to return. So 15,000 crores is more like a breather to the company. And this, in fact, if you remember, I think 2 days back we discussed this. Remember, Adani Group has actually announced that by May, they will be repaying a lot of loans. So these may be part of that. And if they repay some loans, the market can get stable, and investors will get more confidence. In fact, as a retail investor, what would you think? Areva, Adani ko paisa aa gaya. Adani has got money. 15,000 crores is coming. So that means problem is solved. A lot of risk takers there who will go and start buying now. That can happen. Now, if that happens, probably that can lift up the shares prices also, right? So, in fact, if last 2 days already Adani Group's shares have been rising. So now with this news out in the market, there are more chances that price rise can happen. But then, if you ask me, are you going to buy it? No, I am kind of staying away from this. So, of course, if you want to take the risk, you can go buy it. It might go up for a short time. But then, I don't know. I'm not here for that kind of money where, I'm not here to gamble in the stock market. So definitely that's not my cup of tea, but if anybody's interested, of course you can do that. But that is what is happening right now. So if you see, looks like for a temporary reason, it's a relief for the Adani Group. So definitely it is a good thing. Moreover, GQG comes out and says that, they are happy with Adani Group and they want to invest now. But why at this point? Where were they sitting all these years? Right? Okay, forget it. I don't want to discuss that. That's up to you to think how and what is the reason. But then understand Hindenburg was the company from US that gave this report. And now this company from US comes and buys it. All settled. So it looks like things are getting settled. But of course, there will be few people who are cautionary about the market, who would kind of say, okay, they can 2-3 days, let's see how things go, and then we will get into it. So it might take about a day or two, but then it's a wrong day today, I would say, because Friday, generally people don't like to take longer positions because of a weekend. They don't want to actually carry forward the position or a weekend, because they could lose their peace of mind with that, if things go wrong something in the weekend. So with that perspective, probably we could see the actual effect only by Monday or Tuesday. But as of now, of course, this could be a relief for the market, because if Adani stocks kind of stabilize, the first set of stocks that can actually rally up is the PSU Bank stocks. In fact, we have already done some real good investment in PSU Bank stocks and PSU Bank Bs when it had fallen. So looking forward to some recovery there, and that's something which would be good on the cards for now. Now, will this mean the Indian stock market is going to rally from here? I would say no, not yet, because now that market has fallen, it needs something really strong to pull it up back to 18,000. So right now there's nothing, or there's no such event which is actually giving that strength to it. But of course, suddenly overall things are looking good. I'll tell you why. So after Indian markets closed yesterday, though markets fell in India, of course, afternoon European markets had fallen. So along with that, Indian markets also fell. And along with their expiry volatility, all this happened yesterday. But then after Indian markets closed, the US market opened in negative, and it was negative in a night. I think when I looked at the market in the US, it was in minus. In fact, one of my holding in Tesla was minus 5% yesterday, because they had their investors day, and where they were probably, people were expecting Tesla to announce something good for the future, but there was no, new announcement of any future activity that's going to happen at the company. So that kind of, disinterested some investors, and there was some selling in Tesla. So overall, it was a negative day yesterday night when I looked at the US market. This morning when I woke up and checked, things were totally changed. So what happened overnight? So basically in the US market was trading in the negative till almost for the first half of the day. And that is when we could see one of the Federal Reserve member came out and said that he and majority of the members in Federal Reserve are only voting for a 0.25% rate hike and not a 0.5%. Now see, of late, with all the good economic data coming in the US, a lot of investors were actually frightened that this could probably, make the Federal Reserve, or might trigger the Federal Reserve to kind of increase the rates to 0.5% than 0.25%, which was done last month also. So that fear is kind of taken off with this news that came in, and immediately we could see a huge rally in all the three markets in US. S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq finally closed in the green. So that was a good, and naturally, if you look at Indian market, because of all this US tension, all the IT stocks in India have been non-performing. And that was a good time where we accumulated some good IT stocks in our portfolio. So now, the way the market has started looking like it's recovering in the US, there are high chances that the IT sector also starts recovering today. So that can be a good sign again. So with all this, globally, it's a good sign now. We had some local problems of Adani Group, that also is kind of looking like it's resolved for now. So with all this, overall, it looks like a positive environment. So if you look at the SGX Nifty, it's indicating a gap up, but of course, of late, even yesterday it was indicating a gap down, but we still opened small with a small gap up. So of late, SGX Nifty is not a perfect indicator. So things are changing in the world market, and that's expected to be seen in India as well. So with that, I am expecting, however, Indian markets to kind of open with a small gap up, or flat, but definitely not lower. But finally we cannot expect what's going to happen finally at the opening until it opens in India. So that's the situation now. Let us look forward to a good closing of the week. Finally we have kind of cracked the market. This week was very volatile, and we could still come out, if not with a loss, at least not a big profit also. We have come with a decent profit in trading this week. So I would say good to start off, and looks like markets are back in control. So getting back to track is something that I'm looking forward to. So yes, we've already taken trades for next week already, and things are looking good. So looking forward to a good week ahead. So of course, looking forward to meet all of you, the MPA community members, on Sunday for the meeting. So the Sunday meeting is not exclusively for MPA community members. If you're not a part of the community, do join the community by going to the description mentioned below. The link, there's a WhatsApp link, or you can even send a message to the number mentioned here, and our team will help you join the community. So that's about it for now. Happy weekend to all of you. Enjoy your weekend. Expecting some short covering by end of the day. There could be some rise, but will the gap up sustain? If the gap up is big, there are chances of a sell-off, but then probably by end of the day, markets might kind of recover and might look better. So that's the expectation. But however, well, like I always say, stock markets can never be predicted, but be just anticipated. So let us anticipate the market to go positive over a period of time. But will it rally back to 18,000 now? No, not yet. We've not got any trigger to take it back to 18,000. So that's it for now. I am expecting the market to be kind of trading between 17,000 to 18,000 for this week, next week. So next week is we've got a holiday also, one weekly holiday is there. Holy holiday is there. So there will be one day less for trading. So with all that, let's see how the market takes turn. So that's it for today. Have a great weekend. Let's catch up on Monday. Goodbye.